And welcome to the Women's Basketball Report. Dan Laing alongside Coach Gebbia. And Meg, you guys are, well, the cardiac kids, I guess, right now of the Patriot League, right?
I guess so. It's not the way I would like things to happen, I guess. But if we get a win, I think that's the most important thing for us. And I think our players are happy that they're able to come from behind and pull things out. I think they never lost their confidence in being able to win, being down. What was it? I think it was under 2 minutes. We were down 7, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just we need to figure something out here. We can't keep doing this.
3-point win against Lehigh, the 2-point win against Boston University. But you've got to be pleased that they're able to pull it out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have some people that want the ball at the end and want to take that tough shot. But yeah, I mean, and in some ways we're a little experienced. I could put 3 seniors and a junior that have a ton of experience out there. We just always have that one spot where it's a freshman or a sophomore playing, and you never know what's going to happen at that spot. So that's a little unnerving, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, we've been able to do it, and it's a sign of a good team.
When you look at the offense over the last couple games, you've scored 50 points a game.
Yeah.
And that's almost the least amount of points you've scored in a game this season to the 49 that you scored against Stanford earlier this year, a top 10 team at the time. So when you look at that, are you concerned with the offense at all right now or no?
Well, I think I would say I credit the Patriot League coaches in coming up with good game plans. I mean, this is the second time through, so it's always harder to beat teams the second time. And they always change up what they're doing. I mean, I will say at one point in yesterday's game, I looked at the scoreboard, I'm like, Cecily has half our points, which is great, so I got to keep her in. But I really think our guards need to step up a little bit more and play a little bit more freer. I feel like they're constantly trying to get her the ball and not thinking about themselves as much. And I think once our guards start to get in double digit and we spread the scoring out, it's going to be a lot harder to stop us. But right now, they're just not doing that. And I don't know why. We have to go back and take a look as to why that's happening. And like give them a jolt or a bolt, whatever it takes of confidence to like, hey, if you're open, you need to shoot, you need to take that shot.
What are some of the adjustments that you can make down the stretch? You have, what, 4 games left in the regular season. You have a couple road games, Lafayette and Holy Cross. Then you come home, big game shaping up right now against Bucknell, who you're currently tied with for the penthouse in the conference. And then the home game against Navy to wrap up the regular season. Any adjustments that you can think of?
Well, we've been adjusting our defense. I think that's the one thing, if you've seen us the last couple of games, especially at the end, you know, going to a little bit more trapping stuff and not just sitting back in our man defense. So that's been a little bit of adjustment. We've adjusted our man a little bit to be more aggressive. So those types of things we've done. I mean, I'm going to take a look at the offense and see like if there's different ways that we can find getting different people involved in the offense. I think is really what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I think also it's February, and I think that's the toughest time of the season to play because people are tired. It's like, yeah, you're trying to vie for position here, and obviously we want to keep pace with Bucknell if we can. But, you know, if we do lose, we lose, and it is what it is, and you move on and you learn from it. But I just want to, I'm going to go into the locker room today and talk to our kids about, you know, not playing not to lose, but not waiting for a loss either. Like you're good enough to keep winning, and it's just a matter of, you know, going in with that mind frame of, all right, we got this, you know, and not just relying on Cecily to do it for us.
Can you take us through the final play in the game in which you guys won against BU the other day? Take us through that final play with a couple seconds.
So they fouled us on our sideline out of bounds. So then I had 1 timeout left, and I decided I wanted to call the timeout to make sure they understood what we wanted to look for out of the baseline out of bounds. And I talked to them about getting the ball to Jade, and she didn't flinch. I mean, she didn't flinch at all in the huddle. She was just making sure she knew where she was supposed to go. Katie, I thought, did a really good job of finding her because it's hard when somebody's standing in front of you to make a pass like she did, but she threw it kind of across the baseline, and Jade just does what Jade does. I mean, she finally held her follow through. We've been saying that all year, like, when are you going to hold your follow through on your threes? And she does it on that shot. So
picked a good time, right?
Yeah, she did. She picked a great time.
When you look at her, I know previously you said you really like the way she controls herself around the basket. She does a little bit of everything. And how about the last, 30 seconds or so of the game against BU? A steal and scored 4 points down the stretch.
Yeah, one of my assistants. Yeah, no kidding. One of my assistants said we need to make the switch of putting her on the post player and not on a guard, and put Alina on a guard. So we did that earlier in the game, but, you know, at that point in time, she was still on the post. And, you know, we're still in our trapping defense, and she just took advantage of the situation, a guard on a post. And she's a very good anticipator, and I think that was in our favor.
Indeed, it worked. Cecily Carl, she's obviously on a huge scoring streak right now. She's averaging, I think it's like 24 points a game over her last 6 games. In the game against BU, she took twice the number of shots as anybody else on the floor. Do you want her shooting that much, or is that just kind of the flow of the game?
That's a tough question to answer. I mean, if she's shooting like that, yeah,
Sure.
I want her shooting that much. I think she was 10 for 14 from the field. I mean, that's pretty good, pretty darn good. I think if you ask Cecily, she would say we do need to spread out the scoring. I mean, she knows she's doing whatever she can to help us to win, and we've talked about that. But she knows that she needs help. And I think she was super pumped for Jade making that shot at the end, because that takes a little bit more pressure off her. I'm assuming they thought the ball was going to go to Cecily. I don't know, but I would if I was the opponent. So, yeah, I think she just needs help. And what's great about Cecily is that she is so locked in right now. And that's what you need from your seniors, all 3 seniors, not just her. And I think they're trying. I'm not saying that they're not. But they also know that if you get the ball to her, good things usually happen. So whether she makes a nice pass, because she's a great passer, or she shoots the ball. And Cecily missed a couple shots down the stretch when we needed her to make some shots against BU the other day, but came up big again when she had more opportunities. She's not afraid to take the next shot. And I need more people that are not afraid to take the next shot.
Indeed. And best of luck as you guys hit the road for the next 2.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Gebbia right there. And be sure and follow the Eagles on aueagles.com and across all the media platforms.